Hey Mom Bosses, welcome back to the Mom Boss Circle. If you are new here, my name is Camille and I am here to help you grow your business, create wealth, and build a thriving family life, all without burnout. All right. In the last episode, I talked about wealth mindset shifts and how the way that you think about money determines whether you're going to struggle financially or step into abundance. But today, I'm taking it even a step further. I'm going to show you exactly how to activate your God-given assignment to multiply, like we talked about last episode. Because listen, God's plan for you is not to just barely make it. It's not living paycheck to paycheck, and it's certainly not to struggle in your business. He designed you for multiplication. If you want to know more about that, check out my last YouTube episode, okay? But today I'm breaking down practical, biblical wealth building strategies that will change the way that you do business, change the way you manage your money, and help you to build your future. So I'm going to invite you to go grab a notebook, okay? Because we're going to pack this episode full of action steps that you can take right away, again, to start multiplying everything that God has given you, all right? Let's go. Now, before you go too far, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe because you don't want to miss anything that we are doing this month. Okay, multiplication is your divine assignment. We're going to go first back to God's original design. Genesis chapter 1, verse 28 says, "Be fruitful and multiply." Now, again, I said this is not just about how many children that you have, although if you want a lot of children, that is a blessing. I love that. God loves that. But it's really about how you multiply everything in your life, okay? God is a God of increase. He created the world with abundance, and He designed you to grow, to expand, to multiply. But the problem is that most of us were never taught how to multiply what we have. We were taught how to go to work and work hard. We were taught how to save. We were taught how to spend wisely. But we weren't taught how to multiply. And that's where true wealth building happens. So let's talk about how you can start multiplying your money, your business, and your impact starting today. All right. I'm going to give you 3 steps to activate multiplication in your life. Now, again, I am going to be talking today from a faith-based perspective, okay? I believe in God, I believe in His Word, and I believe it is full of wisdom that can help us to succeed. You may or may not be a person of faith that's watching this episode, but what I will tell you is that I have applied the things that I am telling you in this episode to reach my financial heights, okay? So even if you don't believe in my God, you can believe in the results that are going to be shared today through the strategies that I'm going to teach you. Okay, now, the first thing that you want to do is you want to understand that wealth is not about working harder, it's about working smarter, and it's really smart to work with God and to use His principles. One of the biggest shifts that I had to make was realizing that God was my source, not my job, not my business, not my clients, okay? When I started to look to God as my provider, I began to seek His wisdom and His financial strategies. Now, the Bible does say in James chapter 1, verse 5, that if any of you lacks wisdom, you can ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault. Now that is great. You could be guilty and wrong as you want to be, but when you ask God for wisdom, He literally says He's going to give it to you, okay? And wisdom is the thing that brings out ingenuity and creativity and invention, okay? So I'm going to invite you to go and seek wisdom. If you don't seek wisdom from God, you can still seek wisdom from wise people. You can seek wisdom from books that are written, wisdom from courses that you can take, wisdom from mentorship relationships that you can have, but find someone who has what you want to have or who is doing what you want to do and find wisdom, okay? Especially wisdom in the area of finances. You can also ask for divine business strategies, okay? You can seek opportunities that align with God's principles. By the way, one of God's principles is helping other people. One of the ways that I have literally generated the most money is by not trying to go after money, but trying to go after helping people. I like to solve people's problems. I like to help people grow. I like to see people achieve what they are seeking to achieve and become who they're seeking to become. And as I serve other people, it has served me well financially, okay? Now, the other thing I want you to do is I want you to move from a labor mindset to a leverage mindset. All right. One of the reasons that people stay stuck financially is because they only know how to exchange their time for money. We talked about that last week too. If you're only making money when you work, however, you're always going to be limited. Why? Because time is limited. Okay. If I give you a certain amount of money per hour that you work, the most that you can work is 24 hours in one day. That's all the time there is. And that assumes that you're not sleeping or eating or doing anything fun or living your life. Okay, so you want to figure out how to use leverage to extend and expand how much you can actually produce within a given unit of time. Okay. Now, the wealthy, they use leverage by investing, building multiple income streams, and they create assets that will work with them in the long term. Now, again, I told you that today I'm going to be doing a little bit more sprinkling of some words from the Bible than I normally do, but I just have to tell you, last night I was about to run around my house because I read something that I had read before, but I read it in a different translation and it didn't quite say the same words. But if you read Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 2 in the New International Version, this is what it says. It says, invest in 7 ventures. Yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster will come upon the land. Now that is biblical wisdom if I have ever heard of it. Now I'm sure that some of you have heard the saying that rich people have multiple streams of income. They may have 5 or 6 or 7 streams of income. Well, let me tell you, that is proof, case in point right there, that what the Word of God says about wealth building is true. It literally just says, invest in 7 ventures. Yes, in 8, because you don't know what is coming. Okay. The verse before that says, send your seed, overseas, and it's going to come back to you. Later in the chapter, it literally says, sow your seed in the morning, and then don't be idle with your hands. Work during the day, because you don't know whether that's going to bear fruit, or whether both of them are going to bear fruit. I'm telling you all, we are going to go on this journey, and you're going to find multiple ways for you to invest, to get seeds in the ground so that you don't just have one harvest, but you've got multiple harvests, multiple streams of income. That is going to help to create financial security and abundance in your life. Okay. So let's break this down a little bit into practical steps. I've given you the faith side of things. Now let's get practical. All right, so here's one thing that you can do to start multiplying your income in terms of creating multiple streams of income, okay? You can build a business that scales if you are doing everything manually, okay? Whenever a call comes in, you have to be the one to answer the call. Whenever an email comes in, you have to be the one to answer the email. If you're doing all those things manually, you're capping yourself again, all right? So what you're gonna wanna do when you think about scaling your business is you wanna find ways to automate, delegate, and systemize, okay? So that your business can grow without you doing all of the work. The great thing is there's a ton of tools that are out there that can help you to do those things in record time. Step number 2. You're going to want to invest in assets, okay? Now, you don't have to be like a certified stock investor to do this. You can do it as an average, ordinary, everyday person, okay? But assets like this are going to be stocks, real estate, digital products, high income skills. These are things that can make you money while you are asleep, okay? I can buy shares of Apple and I can go take a nap, and Apple will continue doing this thing and my money is gonna grow without me spending 1 second or 1 ounce of effort making it grow, okay? So if you've not done this before, you can start small, but I encourage you, please start somewhere, okay? Now, the next thing that you can do is you can monetize your knowledge, okay? What do you know how to do that other people will pay you for, okay? Can you teach someone? Can you coach someone? Can you write an ebook? Can you make a course? Can you have a seminar or something that you do to help to transfer your wisdom to someone else to accelerate their journey, okay? Those are things that you can think about where, again, if you create it in a way that you do it once and then you can multiply it, it's going to turn into wealth, all right? So, now that we understand that God's plan for us really is multiplication, You may be saying, well, okay, now I get it, but what do I do next? Okay, so here are 3 things that you can do today to start stepping into that wealth mindset and begin multiplication. Again, you want to ask for wisdom. Okay, I talked about several ways you can do that. You can spend time in prayer and ask God for wisdom. You can find some relationships to leverage for wisdom, but get some new revelation that will lead to new strategies for your finances. Okay, I'm going to invite you to do a little bit of homework. I want you to identify one new source of a revenue stream that you can activate in your life other than your day-to-day job. You can look at your skills, your resources, your connections. Okay, there's something that you already have that you can start to monetize. Okay, heard people talk about a side hustle. Maybe you already have one side hustle. Maybe activate another side hustle, or maybe put more effort into your one side hustle and get it to really start generating some revenue. But there's something that you already have, your skills, your resources, and your connections that you can begin to monetize. All right. The third thing is start learning about investments and passive income. Okay. Again, you don't need to be an expert, but you do need to start educating yourself. All right. The more you learn, the more you're going to earn. I want you to read some books. I want you to listen to some podcasts. I want you to follow people like Mom Boss Circle who are going to teach you wealth building strategies. All right. Success is not just about knowing, but it is about taking action on what you know. Okay. So here's my question. Which one of these steps are you going to commit to doing today? I want you to drop it in the comments. Talk to me down there in those comments. Let me know. All right, let's hold each other accountable and let's commit to elevating the level of multiplication that's happening in our life. Can we do that together? All right, I love it. Okay, now make sure, again, you like, subscribe, set your reminder, because listen, in the next episode, I'm going to break down even more wealth building strategies that are going to set you up for that long-term financial success. So if you're serious about shifting your mindset and learning real strategies for wealth, make sure again that you subscribe, turn on those notifications, drop me a comment. Let's keep talking throughout the week. All right. We're going to do this together. We're going to see increase in all of our lives. So until next time, keep building, keep multiplying, keep being the amazing mom bosses that you were created to be. And I will see you on the flip side.